Obviously, it's wonderful armchair travel. Do you think there's a secret to its success? I mean, is there a specific? Could you put your finger on the exact reason why it's been so popular?
I think I really want to give Hawaii credit. I think that, the backdrop, and a lot of people are searching for Hawaii, so that's how many people find us. That's probably 70 or 80% of it. I think the other secret ingredient is that I don't have to fake it up for the show. And it's an interesting thing, but I think people are really very hungry for just an authentic voice, showing up as who they are, and being willing to show up on a regular basis. So, a lot of people are often telling me, well, I want to do this, and how do I come up with an idea for a show? And, the main thing I always tell people is, first of all, pick something that you love. I never get tired of going to the beach, so that's easy for me. There have been times when I haven't felt like speaking or talking to anyone, because I have those days, and so we put up just scenery those days, and I don't make myself, I told them I would, I don't owe anyone anything. So being able to have that combination of choosing something you love, so you'll want to get up and do it even if you're tired, and then secondly, really be who you are. That's what this time I think is about right now, is we don't have to fake it up for other people. The mainstream media had to do that for years, but we here on the internet, we don't have to.
That's right. We get to sort of rewrite the rule books. But that's great advice. And there's a few things that need to come together there, and I think it's come together very well for you. It still seems to be relatively unique. I mean, you would think that perhaps some folks would have tried to copy the style or the sort of the format almost in some ways, but I must say I haven't seen really anything like it.
I haven't either, and that's been part of the good news, bad news for us, because the early adopters in this type of technology have been mostly news and technology, and we clearly don't fit in that genre at all. And it's hard for us sometimes when we sign up to distribute our videos on a news site. It's like, what category are you in? Well, there isn't really a Beachwalks category. I usually default to travel if they have that, but a lot of times they don't even have travel. They have, politics, or maybe art, technology, news, sports, comedy.
But under a spiritual or a relationship, wouldn't it perhaps fit into that category?
Yes, it would, and those are hard to find also. Some of the sites that's showing up now more as an option, but we try to find line here, and that we're not religious at all. And so when I look in the existing listings in a spiritual category, often they're very religion-focused podcasts.
Right.
And we embrace them all.
That's exactly right, yeah. And just briefly, without getting into all the boring sort of business side, I mean, is there much sort of advertising in it? Any comments on that?
No, we actually would love to have a sponsor. And I know there are companies out there, we just haven't found each other yet, who really want access to the kind of audience we have. We've done audience surveys, and we have an extremely highly educated, very bright, very cosmopolitan audience.
Wonderful.
And we actually just started a short-term sponsorship with a new type of water company that the bottles that they use are combustible. So they're made from corn. They're not made from oil-based, petroleum-based plastic. So little bit by little bit, we think the travel industry, hotels, and that sort of thing would be a good fit for us. Any kind of company that's supporting a healthy lifestyle, a more conscious approach to living, we're a good fit, as long as they want to not have a blaring ad at the end.
I know, they would really win it. And Rox, your website, beachwalks.tv, it shows that you're speaking at a number of events. Do you find that people expect you to be this podcasting guru now?
Well, it's a kind of interesting, because I have like the teeny little scoshy bit of celebrity. I can, people do recognize me at conferences, which is very nice. I'd start, Rox! And more interestingly is I now get out of the water every now and then, and there'll be somebody standing on the beach, and are you Rox?
Wow.
So, people that have, and then I come to learn that, they searched for Hawaii, they found us, they started planning their vacation here by watching our videos, and then, just kind of random luckiness that we cross each other at the beach now and then.
And finally, Rox, have there been sort of any dramatic incidents over the past sort of 600 plus shows?
Not really. I mean, the closest we've had is that sometimes it starts raining, but we've actually turned that to our favor. I think we've had like the anti-dramatic moment, which was after about the 11th or 12th show that we shot. Secret cameraman said, "Well, I think we're pretty much done. We've been to the little beaches around here, and I think you've covered everything. So I'm not sure what we're going to do for tomorrow." And
after 12 shows, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so,
how do you think things will change going into the future over the next sort of several years?
Well, there are so many things that we actually now realize we would love to do with the show. So one thing that the audience and we both want is to travel more, so that we go to more beaches, first and foremost in and around Hawaii. And then secondly, I would love to, get a Virgin Airways or somebody to let us travel around the world and do beach walks around the world where we can spread a little aloha all over the place. So definitely visiting more locations would be, I think, top of the list for me. And because it's a short show and it's a daily show, so none of our episodes are all that precious, which means basically we just show up and have some nice music and the sound of the water and something a little bit positive. That's enough juice for people to basically get out the door, or as they say, I get to work and it just kind of puts my head on straight. So that really frees us up, really, to keep doing it as long as we're in the mood and as long as we still have those waves coming in, which I know you're a surfer. There's always more waves.
Well, that's a great idea with travel. It would be nice to see from a couple of other exotic destinations, I must say. That would also be extremely interesting to watch. Well, it's been a wonderful contribution to this new emerging media, and I hope you keep your window on the world open to the rest of us. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much. Aloha.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for arranging this.